the winter of 1945, something strange happened during the occupation of Japan. The occupying forces did not just dismantle the military. They systematically hunted down and confiscated ancient scrolls from Zen temples and hidden dojos. These texts contained esoteric samurai practices. They were immediately classified and buried. The authorities were not afraid of swords or physical combat. They were afraid of a mental technology hidden within those pages, a technology so potent that it made men virtually unbreakable. What they suppressed was not a philosophy. It was a precise neurological hack. The ancient masters called it the Tanden. Today, we call it bioengineering. For decades, this secret was kept quiet. But modern neuroscience is finally catching up to what these Japanese masters knew centuries ago. What those scrolls contained was a breathing technique so mathematically precise that it can literally rewire human consciousness. It can erase deep trauma conditioning from your nervous system in under 7 minutes. Here is what they do not want you to know. Your breath is not just keeping your body alive. It is the master key to your reality. You have been told that healing trauma requires years of talking, expensive therapy, or forcing yourself to think positive thoughts. You have been lied to. There is a biological override switch inside your body right now. It was engineered by warriors who needed to maintain absolute calm in the face of certain death. And today, I am going to show you exactly how to use it. The modern self-help industry is built on a massive, profitable flaw. They tell you to change your mind to change your life. It is a top-down approach. You sit on a couch and talk through your trauma for years. You repeat positive affirmations in the mirror that your nervous system rejects as lies. You try to meditate your stress away, but you are trying to fix a hardware problem with a software patch. The ancient Japanese understood this limitation centuries ago. They knew that you cannot simply think your way out of a deep survival state. You must use the body to hack the mind. They relied on a bottom-up approach centered entirely around the hara, the physical center of the body known as the Tanden. Ask yourself why this physical, body-first knowledge was quietly suppressed. The answer is simple. A population that knows how to manually regulate its own nervous system is a terrible customer base. People who can instantly heal their own trauma do not consume endless pharmaceuticals. They do not chase external validation. They cannot be easily manipulated by fear. They are entirely sovereign. Let us test this right now. Stop whatever you are doing. Take 3 normal breaths. Do not change how you breathe. Just notice it. Feel that? Notice where the air went. It stopped high up in your chest. Your shoulders probably lifted. Your neck muscles tightened. That is a shallow, unconscious breathing pattern. And that exact pattern is the biological trap keeping you locked in your current reality. When you breathe shallowly into your chest, you are sending a continuous, low-grade emergency signal straight to your brainstem. You are literally telling your nervous system that a predator is in the room. You have been breathing survival. You have been oxygenating limitation, trauma, and anxiety. Every time you breathe like that, you reinforce the neural pathways of fear. Your physical body remains stuck in the past, no matter how much therapy you do. Now imagine if you could flip that switch. Imagine if every breath you took was intentionally designed to upgrade your neural architecture. What would be possible if you stopped breathing like a victim and started breathing with the precise physiological rhythm of a samurai? Let me break down exactly what is happening inside your body when you breathe correctly. In Japanese anatomy, the tanden is located exactly 2 inches below your navel. To Western science, this is simply the body's center of mass. But neurologically, it is a gold mine. Right there, buried deep in your abdomen, are the lowest and most sensitive branches of the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in your body. Think of it as a massive fiber optic cable running from your brainstem down through your heart, your lungs, and into your gut. When you breathe shallowly into your chest, this cable transmits a signal of panic. But when you drive your breath deep down into the tanden, physically expanding the lower belly, you massage those lower nerve endings. You are sending a massive electrical command straight up that superhighway to your skull. You literally force your nervous system to switch from survival mode to creation mode. This electrical signal directly targets a mechanism in your brain called the reticular activating system. Think of this system as your brain's ultimate bouncer. It is a filter that decides what information from the outside world gets in and what gets ignored. When you have experienced trauma or chronic stress, this filter gets programmed by fear. It becomes hypervigilant. It scans your environment, constantly looking for danger, rejection, and failure. Because of this, it literally blinds you to peace, opportunities, and solutions. Most people live their entire lives with a broken filter. Tanden breathing bypasses the conscious mind and hacks this perception filter directly. By changing the electrical current running up the vagus nerve, you command the filter to drop its guard. You begin to open neural pathways that have been locked and dormant since you were a child. You stop seeing the world through the lens of your past trauma. But the science goes even deeper. We have to look at what modern neuroplasticity research is proving right now. Your brain has 3 distinct processing centers that usually operate completely out of sync. You have the amygdala, which is your primitive fear center. You have the prefrontal cortex, which is the logical, thinking part of your brain behind your forehead. And you have the anterior cingulate cortex, which acts like a bridge between the two. In a normal, stressed person, these 3 centers are fighting each other constantly. Here is what the ancient masters knew. When you apply the precise mechanical rhythm of Tanden breathing, these 3 centers synchronize. They stop fighting and enter a quantum coherent state. The samurai called this state Fudoshin. It translates to the immovable mind. It is a state of absolute physiological balance where panic and fear physically cannot exist. This is not mystical poetry. This is measurable neuroscience. When your fear center, your logic center, and your bridge sync up perfectly, your brain stops reacting to the world. It begins to shape it. Recent studies using fMRI imaging reveal exactly how this happens. Controlled, deep diaphragmatic breathing creates a massive increase in gamma wave activity in the brain. Gamma waves operate at high frequencies. These are the exact brainwave frequencies associated with heightened awareness, expanded consciousness, and supreme focus. It is the neurological signature of the samurai in a state of absolute presence. The Japanese call this Mushin, the state of no mind. When gamma waves spike, scattered and disconnected neural networks suddenly link together. Neuroscientists call this binding consciousness. The specific rhythm of Tanden breathing triggers a biological phenomenon known as cross-frequency coupling. This means your different brainwave patterns begin communicating and amplifying each other. The slow waves of deep bodily relaxation merge perfectly with the fast waves of mental hyperfocus. In this highly synchronized state, your thoughts stop being random, weak electrical impulses. They become organizing principles. Your nervous system stops vibrating at the frequency of your deepest fears. You achieve what modern physicists call psychophysiological coherence. The ancient warriors achieved this state without any modern technology. They did it entirely through the mastery of the breath. The technique itself is deceptively simple, but the precision is everything. You cannot alter the count. You cannot lose focus. The rhythm is a mathematical formula designed to unlock the nervous system. Here is exactly what those classified scrolls revealed. Phase 1 is the Tanden activation. You inhale through your nose for a strict count of 4. But you do not pull the air into your chest. You must drive the air down. Imagine the breath as a heavy physical weight. Push it deep into your lower abdomen, exactly 2 inches below your navel. You will feel your stomach physically expand outward. This is not a mental visualization. You are mechanically activating the sympathetic edge of your nervous system. This precise 4-count inhale triggers your adrenal glands to produce norepinephrine. This is a neurochemical that creates razor-sharp focus and alertness. As you pull this heavy air down to your center, you lock your mental focus on the space between your eyebrows. This directs energy to your pineal gland, the physical seat of expanded consciousness. Phase 2 is the integration. You exhale through your mouth for a count of 8. This is exactly double the length of the inhale. This ratio is non-negotiable. That extended 8-count exhale is the biological trigger. It slams the brakes on your fight-or-flight response. It forces a massive parasympathetic reaction. As you push the air out slowly, your brain is instantly flooded with GABA. GABA is the primary inhibitory neurotransmitter. It acts as a biological tranquilizer. It creates a state that is deeply relaxed but entirely alert. During this long exhale, you are not just releasing carbon dioxide. You are physically exhaling stored trauma conditioning. You are clearing the neural pathways of fear and creating physical space in your nervous system for new possibilities. Then comes phase 3. This is the secret the samurai guarded most carefully. It is the pause between the breaths. In Japanese arts, this concept is called mei. It translates to the negative space, the powerful emptiness. After you exhale completely, you hold your breath out. You keep your lungs empty for a strict count of 2. In this brief window of absolute physical stillness, your brain waves radically shift. The sudden absence of breath drops your brain into theta frequencies. Theta is the exact brain state you experience during deep meditation, hypnosis, and rapid eye movement sleep. In the space of Ma, your conscious, critical mind steps aside. Your subconscious becomes entirely programmable. You are standing in the void where new realities are built. Inhale for 4, exhale for 8, hold empty for 2. You must repeat this exact sequence for exactly 7 minutes. No more, no less. The 7-minute mark is where the neurological threshold is crossed. This is when something extraordinary happens inside your skull. At 7 minutes, your default mode network temporarily goes offline. The default mode network is the brain region responsible for your ego. It generates your self-referential thinking. It holds your limiting beliefs, your identity, and your chronic anxiety. When it shuts down, you stop running your old programs. In that exact moment, you are not thinking yourself into a new reality. You are breathing yourself into one. But here's what even the ancient masters could not measure. Modern cutting-edge neuroscience has only recently discovered the final piece of the puzzle. This specific breathing protocol does not just change your brain waves. It literally changes your DNA expression. Researchers at Harvard Medical School have proven that specific, rhythmic breathing practices can activate genes associated with stress resilience, cellular regeneration, and enhanced cognitive function. This happens within minutes. Groundbreaking MRI research by Dr. Sarah Lazar revealed that participants who maintained this exact type of practice showed measurable, physical increases in cortical thickness. The actual gray matter of their brains grew in areas associated with attention and sensory processing. The Tanden technique accelerates this process exponentially. Your breath is not just moving air. It is moving information. Every inhale is pulling new possibilities from the quantum field. Every exhale is shedding outdated biological programming. When you lock into this exact rhythm, you achieve what the HeartMath Institute calls psychophysiological coherence. Your heart rate variability, your brain waves, and your cellular oscillation all align perfectly. You stop broadcasting the mixed signals of fear and desire. You become a coherent, living, tuning fork. You begin to coherently collapse quantum possibilities into physical experiences. The ancient warriors did not need MRI machines. They just had the technique. And now, so do you. I am inviting you to begin a modern shugyo. In the Japanese tradition, shugyo is a period of strict discipline. It is a commitment to mastering the mind through the body. For the next 7 days, I want you to practice this Tanden protocol every single morning. Do not just try it. Commit to it. Set your alarm exactly 7 minutes earlier. Find a quiet space. Sit with a straight spine. Follow the exact mathematical sequence I have given you. Here is the most crucial part of this practice. You must document everything. Keep a journal. Write down the subtle shifts in your awareness. Notice the unexpected synchronicities. Pay attention to how your old trauma triggers simply fade away. Notice the deep calm that replaces your chronic anxiety. The masters track their mind carefully. They knew that rewiring your reality is not always loud. It is the quiet shifts that create permanent transformation. After your 7-day experiment is complete, return here. Leave a comment below. Tell me what your reality delivered when you stopped breathing survival and started breathing creation. Once you experience this profound neurological shift, you will never look at your own potential the same way again. The question is not if this works. The question is whether you are ready to stop living by accident and start breathing by design. But there is something else about the final Tanden breath that I have not told you yet. Something the ancient Zen masters considered so sacred they only shared it.